So this is the black dial SPB453, and it's been on my watch list for a long time now. Since the moment it was announced and up until it was released, I followed up on the reviews and tried to get any information about it or any video reviews. And then some videos started coming up from the review units that were sent out to some YouTube channels, and only then the actual customer reviews started to come in on YouTube. And after seeing them all, and I think the last video that I watched before going and buying it was a comparison between this one and the Black Bay Monochrome. And I just decided that it's time, and it's an awesome watch and I must have it. So the versions that came before it had this gray dial, the gray sunray dial, and the date at 3, and those models did nothing to me. I mean, I just looked at them and okay, it's another Seiko. It's not interesting, not anything. But this one, they changed small details, but those small details adding up to something very big and meaningful in my opinion. So to summarize regarding the dial, the Seiko logo is printed, there's the Prospex logo beneath it, and automatic and 3 days. This is the 6R55 movement, which has a 72-hour power reserve, so they felt the need to mark 3 days on the dial. It kind of bothered me in the photos before I saw the watch and had it in hand, but you kind of don't notice it when you're using the watch on a daily basis. And another thing is divers 300 meters, another upgrade from the previous version. The previous version had only 200 meters. Of course, you're not gonna go with this watch to 200 meters and you're not gonna go with this watch to 300 meters. It doesn't really matter, but it's just cool to have, I guess. So it's another upgrade from the previous version. Also, it says Japan, so this watch is totally made in Japan and not like the SKXs where they were made in other countries. This is a Japanese made watch, so at least you get that for the $1,000 that you pay for it. So for the case, as I said, the case is really nice. It was really tweaked and redesigned in some areas from the previous 62 mass model. So it has these two big polished bevels on the sides. It really contrasts with the brushing. It's brushed on the sides, it's brushed on the top, and it's polished on the bottom. So it's polished on the bottom and on this bevels. The crown. You pay so much money for a Seiko and you get a sterile crown. Am I mad about it? Not really. I mean, as I saw some of their Marine Master versions, the older ones had this Prospex logo lasered on the crown. It's kind of looking pretty cheap. So if they are not gonna do it right, it's better to leave it sterile and not do it at all. And they also leave it sterile for the Marine Masters that cost 3 times more than this watch. They had the newest Marine Master and the Marine Master that they released a bit before, which I tried on. It's a nice watch. It's an awesome watch, but I mean, for the price that they charge for it, it's not reasonable. So again, another bonus point for this watch, because the price is right. I mean, if you want to get a good Seiko with good specs, with a good bracelet, a good clasp, with sapphire crystal, you gotta pay. That's just how Seiko works. Seiko does not work like the AliExpress watches. They don't care, and they don't really, I don't know, put the effort to making it like super specs for cheap price. They're not gonna do that. So if you want good specs, you have to pay a lot of money for it. What else can I say about the watch? The bezel is very nice. On the bezel, it's a matte aluminum insert. And another thing that I really like about aluminum inserts is that they're, in my opinion, say quality, because every single Chinese watch that you see now on AliExpress, all of them have all of them have ceramic bezel inserts. And it's like, ceramic inserts, they cost nothing. But to make an aluminum insert and to paint it nicely and to engrave the numbers and marks into it, because it's not just printed, it's recessed, it's engraved, everything is engraved on it. And to make this loom dot, it takes a lot of effort, and none of the Chinese watches can come close to that. And another thing that I can tell about the bezel insert is that the protecting layer above the loom it's not sapphire, it's just plastic. I tried to scratch it with a tool and I left a small tiny mark on it. So the loom dot is not sapphire, the loom dot is actually plastic, and behind it there is the loom material. So keep that in mind, and don't try to scratch it with a screwdriver. What else? The spring bars are very, very thick, and as you can see, I don't know if you can see it, you can't actually remove the bracelet from the bottom of the case. You must stick a tool inside and push the pins out. There is no like a little lip on the spring bar to catch it. Just thought it was a interesting bit of information, so keep that in mind. About the bracelet, also the bracelet was upgraded from the previous version, and they made smaller links. As you can see, my watch is kind of beat up a bit, again because I was using it for 2 months. So the bracelet is very comfortable. The bracelet is adjusted with pins and collars, which I have not seen on any of my other watches in my collection. Most of my watches have screw pins, and some of them have split pins, but the pin and collar thing, it's the first time I'm seeing it. The guy at the store adjusted the watch for me, so I did not adjust this myself yet, and I will probably never will, but keep that in mind. The pins and collars are a bit finicky, and you can just drop a collar and lose it under your desk or something, so keep that in mind. The bracelet is very, very comfortable. The links are smaller, they are like articulate, and they are made, as you can see, each link is made of 2 pieces combined together. You can see it clearly from the back. It's polished on the sides, it's brushed on the outside, and the whole watch and the bracelet, I don't know if you can see it in the video, I'm not sure, but it's not the regular stainless steel you have with every watch. It has some sort of anti-scratch coating, which kind of gives the watch not a look of not regular steel, but it's kind of gray steel. I'm not sure I'm explaining it right on the video, but you have to have it in hand and you will definitely feel the coating, because it feels kind of like there's a layer of something, like there's a hard layer of something on the steel. It doesn't feel like regular steel, and it also doesn't look like regular steel, so it looks a bit gray, a bit grayish, and it's very, very slight thing, but you will definitely notice it when you put this Seiko next to just a regular stainless watch. What else can I say about the bracelet? About the bracelet we already spoke. The case back, we already mentioned the case back. It has Seiko, it has the serial number. And the most problematic thing, I guess, about this watch is the clasp. People don't like this clasp. I didn't like it either at the beginning, but I kind of got used to it. The clasp is obviously milled on the folding parts on the inside. It's, I guess, stamped on the outside part, and the most important thing that annoys people is they only give you 2 adjustment holes. I don't know why. I have no idea why. They make it on every high-end Seiko now, and just make it a bit longer and put 2 more holes in it. Like, why are you making it? I don't know. I guess just to balance it and so it will not be too long, because when we're getting to the most hated part about the clasp itself, if it was like that, I don't know, okay, maybe you can let it slide, but the most problematic thing about it is the diver, is the horrible diver extension. Why Seiko keep putting it on all of their watches? Why? I have no idea. This is the most horrible, cheap, garbage divers extension, and nobody will ever use it. Nobody who buys this watch will ever in their life use it, but Seiko insists on putting it on all of their high-end divers. I mean, look at it. It's just so garbage and so cheap. Like, it's uncomfortable. It really extends it by a lot. So it extends it so you can put it on a diver's suit, I guess. But how many people are gonna use it? Like I don't know. 0% of the Seiko buyers will ever use it. So it extends like that, and it's giving you this horrible extension, and you can fold it back in and click it back in. So in the daily use, it's not really interfering and it's not really annoying, but just remove it. Just, Seiko, like, what the hell? Remove it, just delete it and make the clasp with 4 holes. Why is it so difficult? I mean, the watch is almost perfect, but just change the clasp and make it 100% perfect. So yeah, the clasp is the only, this clasp and diver extension, yeah, is the only negative points, I guess, about this watch. The price also, but I mean, that's what you get. You can't really argue with the price, but the watch is awesome. It also, I forgot to mention that the lugs are 20 mils, so you can use straps, and it looks good on straps. It's an awesome watch for straps. I mean, I've worn it on a few NATOs, and it's really awesome. I mean, it goes well with everything. It's you can say it's a luxury beater, I guess. You can wear it anywhere, do anything with it. You can go swimming, you can, I don't know, do any kind of sports with it. You can go to the gym with it, and just basically never take it off. So that's my opinion about this watch. If you have any doubts, if you're thinking about it, just go ahead and buy it. I mean, it is a really good watch. And of course, at the end of each video, we're gonna talk about the lume. It has green lume. It looks awesome on the video, yes, but the lume is kind of not that great about it. It's very similar to my old Submariner, which has green lume. It doesn't stay for that long. I mean, Seiko is known for their lume, but I guess on this watch they kind of cut corners and gave us a lower grade lume formula. I don't know how to explain it, but the lume is there, but it's not the strongest part of this watch.